Aloha.
Hello.
How is it going? We're on the wrong sides here. There we go.
I should move this. There we go.
Okay. AI co-host.
I just want to see if anyone notices the difference.
That's some shit. What do you got there? What's that little beverage you have there?
This is. Will it focus?
Love your.
Oh, love your gut. This is like like Yakult, right?
Yeah.
Sort of like a Yakult sort of drink, but it has like vitamins and shit in it as well.
Oh, okay. So it's like one of those health pickups after you kill the guy on the street and he disappears and leaves that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Next to a full roasted ham.
So when I like Patrick Bateman someone in the street, I just sort of, and then try and feed a dog or a cat. I can't remember what he fed into that cash machine. But yeah, I do that, and then I pop one of these back. Helps pick me up.
It's the way. That's what happens when you get a corporate job.
Yeah, it gives you a moment of self-reflection to just think about all the atrocities that you've committed. I was in the right, wasn't I? Yeah. I think I was. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Could be worse. You could, as long as it doesn't involve children, right?
Apparently, even that's off the table now, so it doesn't actually matter. You could do literally anything.
True.
You could do literally anything. Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
So if you want to get children involved, go for it.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've been enjoying the past few days. I've been able to get back into the swing of graphic design and whatnot. It's been like rediscovering your youth almost.
Yeah.
To just do it for the fuck of it. Just do it for the fun of making designs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you break out of that sort of rule-based system and remember you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. And plus, because it's just a word, I mean, you can literally fucking do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. Yeah, your designs have been very cool.
Thank you. Like that's for me, like it's been a really good excuse to just be like, well, I want to try this kind of design today or this kind of design today. You know, see what I can come up with.
Yeah, your last one hit the nail on the head. I just wanted to fire up Windows XP and
get your Frutiger Aero
rocking. Yeah. Absolutely.
When I was going to pick a hashtag for that specific post, what the top thing was Frutiger Metro and not Frutiger Aero. That had more hashtags.
Metro.
I don't even know what that is.
So that's a new one. That's like the urban.
Oh right. Yeah. Yeah, this is some real late
anime.
This is some real late 2009, early 2010 shit. This.
Yeah.
I remember this style.
Everyone got Photoshop.
And people just would download and brushes and shapes.
Yeah. And those weird like textures, the halftone textures.
Yeah, this is I didn't know this had a name, but I'm glad that we can now put a name to this style as well. Because this was fucking massive. So this was bigger than Frutiger Aero.
Yeah.
At least according to TikTok.
I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore. I have to go on the computer. Because
that makes it more purposeful though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also, I don't. I just know the amount of data that's being sent all the time while it's installed. My phone battery lasts longer when TikTok is not on my phone. So
Yeah.
it's a little suck.
I mean, do they? Has it been exposed that they give people information that shit is siphoning off stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we know what they're taking? Just everything.
Yeah. Well, it's a meta now, right? Meta.
TikTok is Meta.
Yeah.
Is owned by Meta.
I don't know if the company that owns it is Meta, but I remember they did, at least in the US, they did like a blackout of TikTok
Yeah.
or overnight.
I
And
thought that was because
somebody,
it was like so majority owned by like China or something. Was that not why?
well, whatever they were, the reason was somebody pulled up the server details, like buried in the menus, and it was run through Meta's data centers
Right.
when it came back. And then everyone's algorithm was different. It was all like,
It's all just
propaganda,
threads.
basically.
It just ended
Yeah.
the threads. Yeah. I mean, you know,
So,
it's going to be one of three companies that run everything, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
you look at this shit right here.
Yeah, this is as
This
2010 as shit gets. You know,
You see that Vampo Matt boy Vamp? Oh, Vamp boy Matt. That font was everywhere. It had like curly things on it.
Yeah, silhouettes were fucking huge in 2010. It's weird that this was the evolution from Frutiger era.
I don't
'Cause
consider this like the evolution at all.
Well, I wouldn't either. I mean, there are some links, I think. Like the fact that it's still colorful
Like
is at least one.
the difference is like this was based on operating systems, basically.
Yeah.
And Metro is based on like user creation. It's coming from a whole different source. You know what I mean? Like this was kind of the ideal world based on operating systems.
Yeah.
Whereas
but also nature. So
yeah,
it was
nature.
it was like the interface of like nature and tech.
Yeah. But the other stuff is user creation. Like so it doesn't really seem like the next step of this. It seems like what happens when you give kids Photoshop and Facebook.
But isn't everything we're looking at here also what happens when you give kids Photoshop?
Yeah, but this existed sort of ahead of time. Metro, when you gave kids Photoshop, you like they'd be inspired by the operating systems, whatever.
I think how
This
I see it is Frutiger, right? Frutiger is, I guess, just a capsule of time. But Aero is like that levity of like tech meets nature. And Metro sort of alludes to the fact that this is all stenciled and sort of weirdly graffiti-esque in a strange way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like this color palette. It's good. It's green.
See, that's good. I actually don't like Frutiger Metro, but some of this stuff is actually cool because it looks like they're making more of an effort. Like I don't like this silhouette stuff.
I hated this style. When I saw people doing this, I felt like you looked at one Photoshop tutorial and you made this.
It
that's
looked
all you
too samey. Everything looked the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't fuck like that. Anybody watching, we did not fuck like
I mean, I probably did if a nightclub was like, can you design a flyer? We've seen this flyer. We want it to look like this. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. You're paying me.
Box says up early. You or us? Yeah, we do this stream every Friday at this time.
I mean, you technically are up early.
I'm up early as fuck. I'm so tired. What's going on, Box? We're just talking about Frutiger Metro, this design style. Tell me about your time, Lou, if you can reflect upon this era. This was early to this, like 2009.
Yeah, between
Ish.
2008 and probably 2012, I think this kind of style was prevalent.
Facebook was big.
Yeah, there's like the dying embers of MySpace as it became less relevant. Because I mean, I used to, as you know, I used to design MySpace themes.
You did?
I really did.
Yeah.
And this style was quite popular with a lot of people. So I found myself doing this quite a lot. But you tried to like switch it up a bit, you know what I mean? Because you actually saw this kind of start in like MTV like intro sequences and stuff as well for like
Yeah, the
shows.
MTV, like they'd have these what do you call those things? Like a lower third almost pop up in the corner, and it'd be these little animated.
The arrows would like come out.
Yeah. And like that was, to me, was quite striking at the time. Because it seemed so unusual. Like, why is that there? But it would catch my eye. And so there was a period of time where I was doing vlogs and stuff, and I would add in those little elements. It wouldn't be these kinds of shapes, but it would almost be like arbitrary, just to throw like a logo kind of thing in.
Yeah. Shapes to keep it sort of like animated.
Yeah.
Emotive.
And I think, let me see here. Graphics. Bumper. Like, because of those intros, it was kind of like, in my mind, that in Titantrons. Minitrons, rather.
Minitrons.
Yeah. The graphic loop to keep you going. Box is not down yet. So Box was on a stream with me last night when I was making the final design. Well, actually, we have one more. When I was doing Popsicle.
Right.
And I think he's suggesting he's still awake.
I realized I was one behind. I'm actually doing them one day behind.
I thought you just didn't give a fuck. I thought you said, you know what, this challenge is cool and all, but I don't give a fuck. That's the vibe I got.
No, I wish I was that cool. No, I was just I was just late to the game, I think, on that one. Like I realized that there were days for each one after doing the first one. In fact, I was just reading the words each day, going back to that thing and saying, "All right, today's this, today's this." I wasn't lining them up.
Yeah, it works. We have a time difference. You know, I can rationalize it.
I think it's just bad timekeeping on my part, but yeah, I'll get them done. Popsicle will be today, surely.
So you're telling me you did your last design and it came up as Frutiger Metro, or was that just like auto-populated?
Yeah, no, that was just when you type into like the hashtag bit in TikTok, the first thing as you autocomplete Frutiger or Fruite, it goes Frutiger Metro is the top thing.
Frutiger.
Arrow, I don't even think Arrow was on there.
That's some
I think I
bullshit.
still added it, but it wasn't on there.
I love this style though. I do love
same.
that time because it's so absurd. It just doesn't make any sense.
There is so much levity to this kind of design. It probably is just the natural aspect of it, the fact that you're just looking at fields constantly and blue skies. Like that is just optimism
and
in
water.
A nutshell. And water, just natural elements.
Like
butterflies inside bubbles and like fucking fish inside mice, stuff like that. Yeah. You've got nature enclosed in like technology in some strange way. It's such a strange sort of personification of the time, you know?
Yeah. Sarah wants to know how the two of us met. Do you want to answer that one, Leozi?
I mean, it was via the website WrestleMedia. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
The message boards of a website I ran called WrestleMedia when I was 14 years old or 13 years old. I had a website where you could download assets, wrestling, like graphic assets that you could use to create graphic designs around wrestling. And there was a message board, WMF, WrestleMedia Forums. And we got chatting on there in like, what, 2000, 2001?
Yeah.
And then sort of the story began.
WrestleMedia.com.
Mm-hmm. One
Let's
word.
see. We'll see if the Wayback Machine.
I think it does, actually. I checked this a few months ago. I think it's still there.
Yeah. I remember that time. That was a cool time. It didn't work. Lander. Show me all. WrestleMedia.com. It says it has not archived that URL.
That's odd. I definitely saw
here
it a few months ago.
2003. Yeah, it would have been around that time. I'm pulling it up. I mean, the graphics don't load. So
fuck you, blocked. Pro wrestling backyard meth head era. That's the one. Yeah. Just hitting each other with those fucking pipe tubes. Those light tubes. Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's I don't know. I can't see if 2005 has any graphics.
I thought you could go even earlier than that. I thought I did.
It was 2000. Oh, hang on. It loaded the graphic and then it didn't.
Because I know WrestleMedia was active from the 2000s.
2000. It was March 2nd. 5/12/05. Not found. Hang on a second. I will show this screen just for the sake of this Netscape Navigator thing at the bottom here. Pull this up here. Boom, 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 boom. Right here. Look at this. Netscape button.
Now. That's kind of sick.
Man, that takes me way back. So I have the design graphics for my work thing. I was designing graphics as if it were like 1998 GeoCities. And I presented them. They're like, just go do what you want. I'm like, okay. I came back and had the hard beveled buttons on everything.
Sick.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have low resolution photos, so I took photos. I added a bunch of like noise to it, make it look real pixelated, like it was coming off a floppy disk. So you guys are 37-ish. That's right. Who's this here? What did you bring in? Did you bring something?
Wait, did I bring something?
I don't know. I just heard a beep.
It kind of came off and on again. Have you seen NeoCities?
Don't you dare tickle my balls like that. NeoCities. Share this. You can share a screen if you want.
Hang on. Share screen. This. Allow.
All right, let's see.
So this here, NeoCities, where they've basically brought back GeoCities.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a bunch of people just making like old school websites.
I'm doing this. That's amazing.
This is sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got the hit counter. Sign my guest book. Yeah, it's a bit sort of like we know what we know now, but we're applying it back then. You know what I mean?
Oh, GeoCities was so cool. This is it. Yeah.
This is GeoCities. Yeah.
I got to tell you though, back in the day, if you threw a Game Boy up there and then used the screen as a iframe, you were on some forward-thinking design.
Yeah, iframes were the future. To think that you could do this.
Yeah. Do you want to explain iframe to the chat?
Yeah, so an iframe is essentially taking a web page and embedding it inside another web page. And back then, that concept was mind-blowing because it meant that you could sort of bring in other
Whoa.
elements. You could bring in other elements and then include them into the page without having to like change that page over and over again. So this exists somewhere else, and you can just edit this somewhere else, and it always exists where it sits.
Yeah,
and you
because
can put it anywhere.
like why that was so helpful, right? Is when you're designing a web page, when you go to a navigation and you click, let's go to the about page.
Yeah,
You'd have to redesign the whole thing. Like you'd have to redesign the header, you'd have to redesign the menu, and then, which is fine, you can copy and paste it. But let's say you want to add a new page. Then you have to go into let's say you have 30 pages. Then you have to go into every single page and code this line to add a new link. But when you could have an iframe, you basically design like the navigation and the header and footer, and then you would just change the content. And it saves so much time.
Which was, especially if you had like constantly updating elements, like a navigation bar, maybe you're adding more pages and shit. Like if you had like 12 pages on your website, you had to go in each fucking of those 12 pages and change that navigation bar to just add like a contact fucking button or something. But iframes saved us from that, fortunately. You can customize, wow. You can change the color of your cursor and your borders.
I'm doing that. Yeah, we should. This is where we should make a Super Loser Boys website.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing this for like the Laozi sort of
for your experience.
Yeah, for my company, I'm gonna sell the 90s to people. Do you feel real? No. Mostly no's. Again, embedded fucking polls.
Polls were a big deal.
Big fucking deal. What is it? This guy's got a crossword on this page. Yeah. It tells you a CPU temperature.
You almost when like the mentality of designing a web page in like the late 2000s was add as much shit. Like you basically in your mind were thinking these people are going to hang out here and have a really good time. Yeah. Make it as cozy as possible.
I mean, that was the fun of the internet back then was that just do whatever the fuck you like. Like new shit comes, add it. Cause it's like so fun and interesting and new. You know what I mean?
I almost spit my coffee out because the first thing I thought of was the counters. I didn't need a counter to show me that 3 people have been to my website.
But it's so good to know.
Yeah. Sarah's wants to ask Box, any interesting story about people you met online? Stories. And then Box says holes is holes. Look, we are on the air. Whoa. That's some crazy shit right there. We met some people online. It was
us.
Yeah. We just have like a pretty sizable, I think, network of people from the internet.
That's sort of like the byproduct of just spending the last 20 years like dabbling in about 1,000 different tiny projects.
I'm going to throw out some names. We're going to provide no context.
Yeah.
But I want the first thought you think of. Okay. Lane Walker.
Great mid-card champion.
Zeppelin.
Tall, incredibly tall from what I've gathered. I never met him. But all I've ever heard was that he's gigantic.
He's gigantic. And maybe a Nazi. I don't know.
Oh,
he looks like the nicest Nazi.
My first thought was problematic, but I didn't want to be mean.
He's just tall and he may have been a Nazi, but he liked Disney. Like he
Yeah.
really liked Disney princesses and like Toy
One of
Story
those
and stuff.
Disney Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah. They whitewash him. Yeah. He would have like a song in a Disney movie if he was one of the characters.
Mm.
I
About
hate
Germany.
you. How I hate you.
The color of your skin makes me cry.
Who else do we have? Who's that Ortiz guy? Ortiz. What happened to that guy? John Ortiz?
Yeah, John Ortiz. Yeah. He just sort of disappeared. Like I'm not actually sure where he is, what he's doing.
Where did he even come from?
He disappeared from the internet. I knew him from oneup.com. So you remember oneup.com?
Yeah.
Was like a place where you could post blogs and shit. And I had like a bunch of people there that I used to collaborate with and read their blogs and all sorts of shit. And I think that's where he came from. I think he was a guy who blogged on oneup.com.
Yeah, so he stopped in at XPW for a little run.
He did, yeah. He was really good. He was a really good host, to be fair. Like of the podcast that he was in charge of. He was the prototypical like reliable host. Like I know we don't do that. Like neither of us are the prototypical
No, hang on.
reliable
Don't
host.
discredit yourself, because when we were doing the original podcast, what would you call that thing? Smooth gaming,
Luxury gaming, smooth situations.
You had that shit on lock, and that was a big task. You got to understand, Sarah and Box, and whoever's here. Like it was a podcast with this guy from where is he from? Northern England.
Luke Riley.
Yeah, Upon Tide.
Yeah,
right?
he's from the north of England. Which, if you think of England as like an inverted America, like how the south of America is where people have like real drawl to their accents, the north of England is where people have a real sort of drawl to their accents, you know?
Yeah. So I didn't understand a single word he was saying the whole time. Like it's basically listening to somebody with strong patois and like very temperamental. And you understood him, right?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Well, I could understand you. So it was basically Laozi mediating between the two of us while trying to bring us back to this topic of conversation.
Which never happened.
No, well, because I would think he's talking about something else. Like I remember one point we're talking about some game, and I thought he said gay Jamaican pedophiles. And so, but he didn't. I don't remember what he was talking about. I just heard that. It was as clear as day to me.
Yeah, and that became one of the most iconic things we ever recorded via that podcast.
And so the conversation became about gay Jamaican pedophiles. Like I was trying to be respectful and just go along with it. Like, yeah, okay. Like, you know, I don't know this guy. Maybe things are a little different where he's from.
It's a real audience for gay Jamaican pedophiles where he is in Newcastle. Yeah,
I just didn't know. So
it led to a very fucking funny situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if it would ever be allowed on any kind of platform at this point.
But we did, I don't know, like almost a year of that kind of stuff.
We did, yeah. GamingBullshit.com. That was the flagship podcast for GamingBullshit.com.
All that to say, Laozi, you were a good host. Given that, you'd come prepared. You'd have topics.
I mean, I tried. That's all I can say. I tried. Yeah. I do think I've gotten better at it as things have got. Like, I almost wish that I could sort of teleport back and be like, all right, I've got all these ideas and all these fucking experiences about like how I can steer this podcast. But then that's just how life is, isn't it? You just live and learn. Yeah.
Well, you can do it now. You can just be the real host.
Of what?
Of this.
Of life. I mean, no. This is.
So what would you have done differently?
I see this as your podcast that I feature on.
No, don't be a silly goose. different.
Yeah, I thought you were going to like a one shot on me so that I could respond to what you just said.
A
And now
monologue.
over to you. I was about to start. Yeah, I was about to start monologuing.
Oh shit.
How 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 little I value myself. I guess it all started when I was 12 years old.
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna drop you. I'll bring you back in. Boom, boom. Little.
Yeah, but no, like I don't mean it in a bad way. Like I don't see myself as not a part of this podcast or anything like that. I just see this as a vehicle that you drive and commandeer, and I sort of hop in. You like stop at my house, and I hop in, and then we have a chat, and then I hop back out again. Like you drop me home afterwards. You know what I mean?
Fair, but I'm a terrible driver.
But you like it that way, right? This is how you like to operate.
I like it, but I realize it's better for people, like for everybody else.
But have you ever really given that thought or consideration? I feel like everything you do is just like you do it for you, not for the people that could be absorbing it. You know what I mean?
You're making me sound selfish, and to me, it's just I'm being punk as fuck. You know?
No, well, that's just it. I'm not saying it in a selfish way. Like I'm saying, art is for the person who makes the art, right? And then whoever decides to interface with that art or that fucking product or object that you create is like on their own fucking terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's why anybody who generally would like vibe with our stuff has sort of stayed in our network, because we tend to hang on to people like that for a long time.
We do, yeah. We sort of engender a lot of loyalty is a weird word because it makes it seem like they're like fucking employees or some shit. But the fact that they sort of just are always invested in the things that we're doing, even if it's only a handful of people, really, like it's been years that a lot of these people have sort of followed us. Yeah,
right. Noah was hanging out in the chat with Box and Sarah the other day. Came to try and watch one of the streams, and he watched on Twitch, and Twitch wasn't working.
Right.
And so he came over to YouTube, and like I forget that I don't personally know Noah, because it's been so long.
Yeah.
Like how long? When did he start watching? I think it was when we were doing some other stream, like
Saturdays and shit like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first started on Twitch, like 2014, I think was. In fact, it was YouTube's. It was the YouTube videos, like Game and Bullshit YouTube videos that he had gotten into, and then followed us to Twitch, and then just followed us to whatever we did after that, essentially.
Yeah, and there was a few people from that, like remember Mickey, like it's on Instagram and everything.
Minor Mickey, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these people were like 13, 14 when they started watching us. And then now like full-blown fucking adults. So you're seeing them getting married and shit like that. It's nutty that these people have grown up with us, you know? It almost feels negligent that they've grown up with us, but it's kind of insane, kind of amazing at the same time.
Yeah. So when Noah, he appears as a Wikba. What is that? Right. I always ask him, like, every time I see him, Noah, what is a Wikba?
He said he just crammed in some words, like just mashed his keyboard, and that's what came out.
The Wikba.
Yeah. Because it was just a Wikba, and then because he couldn't get that on certain platforms, he changed it to the Wikba.
Somebody else jacked his style.
Or he just locked himself out of his own account, because I don't know who the fuck's calling themselves a Wikba. So
yeah, but I think what I'm trying to express in that is like, because we just do, like, we try to keep it real, I think. And I like interacting with those people, or like Box or Sarah here, because there's that sort of openness to authenticity, or like freedom, that kind of liberty to just explore is kind of rare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything seems to, even more now than ever, have a structure and a box. And I'm victim and facilitator for that because my brain's broken. But I think that structure kind of doesn't allow people to really express themselves properly or to feel like properly seen by people, because a lot of people are afraid to make mistakes or say dumb shit or just fuck up, just fucking exist in the space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's not something you see a lot because everyone wants to try and be perfect. We're in a fucking world now where everyone is just desperately trying to be perfect, and it's getting harder and harder and harder for people to do so. So
Look at that. Fuck boxes.
just breaking boundaries.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like a little bit of a box is kind of nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
We call these squircles.
Are these squircles?
Mm.
Okay. So on this topic of sort of boundless creativity, I feel like we should check out these graphics we've done for this challenge, this design challenge, which has been a real treat for me, a good exercise.
Yeah.
So, let me pull up here. Are yours on your Instagram?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with, whoops. Okay. Well, I'll do them in sort of order. I actually have your first one here. Look at this mess.
I mean, I like it. I was actually curious. That text, the draw text with the 3D effect on it.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I did copy to layer 1 pixel. Just, like held Alt and just tapped down.
So you replicated that over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. I just replicated the original one down and then moved it below and then did a change the color. Yeah.
That is insane.
That's an insane
way to that's an insane way to do that, but it makes me appreciate it about 100% more.
I mean, on my so I was using Photoshop beta for some reason. Like if I type in on my search bar, it doesn't show me just standard Photoshop. Which on that I have like a plugin that just will generate different kinds of shadows. But I did make a rule to myself, no shadow like that.
Do you know what I discovered yesterday when I was making that Fruga thing? They took 3D extrusion out of Photoshop. You can't do it anymore.
I'm so angry with Adobe.
It's like, we've got a program for that. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm in this fucking program, dude. I'm trying to just do this nice and easy, quickly. You know what I mean?
Bitch ass motherfuckers.
Definitely. Steal
Sarah
everything
here,
they have.
Sarah here is saying, I tend to literally see most people in their boxes in my head and have to consciously turn it off to genuinely engage with them. Me too, Sarah. Me too.
Yeah. I think I'm also the same.
Yeah.
But that is sort of like a byproduct of just existing in this world, isn't it? It's like we've learned to sort of label people very, very quickly.
Yeah. So whenever we find somebody, or at least myself, who is willing to step outside the velvet rope, it's a real joy. And those experiences, interactions have a big effect on me.
Yeah. I was trying to explain to someone the other day, actually, like the circle of friends that I have, and I couldn't because it's inconsistent. There is no consistency between the kind of people that I interact with.
You were explaining to me.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, yeah. This is how my fucking dementia is kicking in. But like, but yeah, like it's crazy how broad a spectrum of people that I seem to know, and I like it that way because it's like each person is a brand new conversation. I don't have an echo chamber. I have like about 10 different people who tell me 10 different things, and
Yeah.
none of them like each other. I speak to each of them individually.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's important. Like I grew up in a house when I was very young. There's like neo-Nazis basically were my parents' friends and stuff.
Hmm.
And I have darker skin, so there's a weird sort of thing.
It's not a 10.
Suntan Superman. That's some gimmick infringement on our truth. Yeah, but I didn't know at the time because I was so young that that was a bad thing. Like they're just some people who have weird opinions that I don't agree with. And from that point on, I think because of that specifically, and then period of homelessness, sort of having to just meet weird people
Mm.
at a young age, has made me really open to people's like differences, and that's helped me
Yeah.
in my professional life, being like having to negotiate things or talk to people and connect and be able to network. It's been very helpful. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have the exact same experience, like growing up with all sorts of different people. And like our family was homeless as well at one point, and we were like having to like live with different families and stuff, and it was a massive learning experience as a kid
yeah,
to go through that kind of thing. So yeah, I think these kind of things really do help you sort of navigate humanity and how to speak to people and how to like relate to people, you know. And that's something that I don't know that I worry, but it's kind of alarming that so many echo chambers are forming now because people are sort of losing that ability to like just understand people even if they
yeah,
don't agree with them. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I do. It's it's easy to dehumanize people that you don't understand, and it's just becoming more granular
Mm,
on how easy that is to do. Like things like identity politics. Like it really started to bother me around 2012 when everyone was using things like bisexuality or like sexuality and gender to like funnel themselves into groups.
mm,
I don't think it's bad to honor yourself, but I think it is bad to like say my identity is this, I am this, because we're all so
mm.
much more than any one thing. We're an
Yeah,
accumulation of everything, right? We're like, and we're constantly evolving. So was worrisome to me then that people were not seeing that. Like you're alienating yourself in some attempt to like validate yourself, and it's not it's not beneficial. I think for society in the
it
pursuit of
isn't.
greater understanding.
It isn't. I mean, I do see why people would do that. I mean, if you've had a hard journey in understanding your identity, then the comfort of just finding people that will not judge
Community.
or yeah, that kind of thing probably is, life saving for a lot of people, I'd imagine. But then
Yeah.
once you do find that, I think it is important to try and re-embrace the world once you have that support system behind you. And I think a lot of
Yes.
people maybe do not choose to do that.
Well, I think the catch 22 of that is rushing to a community. Like communities, when you make these sorts of identity elements, your identity, and then you tie your identity to a community. Like, I don't think that first step is bad, where
Mm,
it's like I am this, and then you find people who you can like have things in common with. I think it's when you get into a community, and then the community becomes a hive, and then
mm,
starts like you're not really bisexual because do you believe this? Like enter an echo chamber at that point.
mm.
It's that community thing that can be quite dangerous if it's unchecked. That's why I like the kinds of people that we bring in, because there's been countless times where people would like call me on something then we have a discussion about it, and then just see uh, um, like a broader view of the whatever it is that we're talking about at the time.
Hmm. Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
important to be open to the idea that your mind can change. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I assume like I'm an idiot. I just go through life trying to tell myself I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And even though sometimes I get on here and be like, F this, F that, y'all know shit. Yeah, that's just like projecting. I'm just being
Yeah.
cocky, right? Sarah's got a point here. It's a society stripped of nuance, and it makes it challenging to be a person who lives in the gray areas. Yes, I find that the better I understand myself, the less rigid I am in defining myself or others. Yes. Yes, this is a big thing. And I was so on so Bree. Do you know who Bree is, Laozi?
Remind me again.
She's my South African princess.
Right. Yeah.
So on her threads, she's posted anybody who DMs me, it's my boyfriend responding to you. And so that prompted a ton of people to start DMing her. And so I went in and responded to all of them. And one of the people there was like, he was saying he had a nasty breakup, but seemed to be much younger because he didn't know what to do. He was like, there's only one direction and it's painful. And like my advice was to like just hurt. Like it's okay to hurt. And in fact, it's important to experience that pain.
Yeah.
To understand it. And then hopefully in that process, like learn something of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really need to be aware that you're vulnerable. You have to see yourself as breakable, I think, to be able to have any ounce of empathy or like malleability to the world.
Yeah. How old was this person?
I didn't ask. But it seemed like I would guess early 20s.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've always held the belief that you're not a good person until you turn 30. You know what I mean? Like all of the time, all of the
apologize to the chat.
I mean, sorry guys, but the way I look at it is that until you like turn 30 and past that point, you're really just learning. And you never stop learning, obviously. But when you turn 30, that exploratory phase of your life sort of quietens down a bit, maybe sort of like the edge comes off of it a bit, and you feel like you understand the world just a bit more than you did previously. Like my 20s were all about just discovering what the fuck I thought about the world and how I felt and what things hurt me, what things made me happy, all sorts of shit like that. And it's a matter of just callousing everything that you think and feel, so that you don't keep repeating the same sort of vicious things over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like
No.
when you say you're not a good person until you're 30, how I receive that is it's like you're less complete person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A less complete person with a tougher understanding of the world around them, because these experiences form you, don't they? They sort of shape the person that you are. And I think a lot of people look at their 20s as a time when they're meant to prove something. Yeah. And then once you exit that phase of your life, you realize, like, I put a lot of pressure on myself and I heightened my emotions and feelings to try and achieve things that I either did or didn't. And it was a very intense period of self-discovery and exploration that I can now put a bookmark on and say, I'm in my 30s now, or whatever happened in that period exists in that period, and I've learned whatever I've got from it, and I can even myself out a bit now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Would you get along with yourself, like your 20-year-old self?
That's an interesting question. I think I would, but I would be very sort of scrutinizing of my younger self. Like I would be constantly looking at myself and saying, "You don't want to do that." Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe you should think twice about what you're doing there. But I think that's probably what a lot of people feel. I can't imagine anyone makes it through their 20s thinking, I did everything right. Everything was a fucking success for me, and I'm just the best. And why would I change anything? Why would
Yeah.
I rethink anything? You know?
Yeah. I find it interesting when people are like, I have no regrets.
Mm.
I feel like you're missing out. Like you're robbing yourself of experience to not have regrets. You know, I
Yeah.
think regrets are important.
Yeah. I think if you vilify the word regrets, that's the problem, is that you've taken that word and made it a dirty word. Like you should just never do anything that should be received poorly or that makes you feel bad. Like people do shit that makes them feel bad all the time.
Well, sometimes that's even like for the greater good. Like sometimes you have to do something that you're not going to like.
Yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do, or you believe it to be the right thing to do. So,
and sometimes you do terrible shit. A lot of people, everyone does terrible shit sometimes. I mean, I was like an awful romantic partner in my early 20s, just fucking people over left, right, and center. Like I was a piece of shit. I'm not going to look back and say, I don't regret it because I learned so much. I do regret it because I was a fucking cunt. Like I didn't want to be that person. I just was because I didn't have a good handle on the fucking person that I was. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I regret that, obviously.
Yeah. That's understandable. So these are lessons. Okay, let's bring it back to these graphics here. Little sidebar.
That was quite a fucking sidebar. What was that? Like an hour of us just rambling.
So draw. Can I get, what do you take from this? Or if you have any notes.
So there's a bunch of guns against one gun. One side, is it meaningful that the pills are falling on the side of the person that is all by themselves?
Yeah.
Right. And the bullets are bigger on the left-hand side. So it's a person fighting basically oppression, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Dare to dream.
But they're having to medicate themselves in order to help themselves fight insurmountable odds.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah, yes. And also that's like the drugs are also weaponry.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's also munitions. So Box and Sarah, I think Sarah was there. They were watching me throw this together. And this guy in the back, he originally wasn't going to be there, but then I thought I was going drawl. And I was thinking of Southern drawl, somehow working drawl into it.
Right.
And it may have been Sarah or it was Hannah, perhaps, who wanted to have a tongue slide. So I kept it. Yeah. So that's that one. But you could see on the
disjointed mouth. Yeah. It's horrific.
On the guns, I was like, I'm not using any Photoshop features. I'm just using brushes and masks. So I quickly masked this with a soft brush, and you can see like it really bothers me. It's so cloudy around because I tried to do like add strokes or like drop shadows, and you can't do it.
Yeah, you can't. No.
When
that's
you
ruined. That's ruined.
Yeah, it's ruined.
Yeah.
Right, let's check
I would feel the exact same.
So I got it here. This one, I was like, this changed my mind of like how I was going to approach this. I was like, oh, so Leo's is on some shit. Okay. We're doing some like Kanye West shit. basically.
I mean, it's funny you say that actually, because this sort of did have an album cover feel to it as I was making it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, because normally when I do things, at least most recently, I tend to go a little bit more minimalistic. And we'll get to that soon. But obviously, I was trying to say a bunch of shit with, oh, that's the wrong way. How do you do it? With this thing. But how do you do it? Here we go. Yeah. But then this sort of reframed where you were at, because I didn't know what you were going to do. I had no idea. But
we did both arrive at guns. So I mean, there's so many ways you could interpret draw, and we both went fucking the gangster route.
Draw, motherfucker.
Yeah, fucking. I'm drawing.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like this chrome frame here.
Thanks. Yeah, those are gun barrels.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. What? Okay, there's a revolver. Yeah, there's the, what do you call that thing in there?
That's the chamber. Yeah,
chamber,
the barrel. Yeah. The barrel, rather. Sorry.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know. I thought it was just like a spaceship, but it doubles, right?
Yeah, no, it's a bunch of revolvers leaning up against each other. Because I started with an image of a revolver. I kind of wish that I'd actually recorded this, because this was maybe the most transformative thing that I've done over the past few days. Because it started with just a gun. And I was thinking, well, what the fuck am I going to do with a gun? And I thought, well, actually, I'll just stick it around the edges. And then
it works.
And then I was just like, well, now I need to actually make a picture. So I was like, well, I've got this cool, like, starry, like, fucking Xerox thing in the background. So what if a bullet was just a planet?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna make a planet into a bullet.
Did you put the bullet? I can see the bullet texture here. Did you put that on the top layer or the bottom?
So that is a bullet, and I've taken a PNG of the world. I've layered it over the top, and then excluded. What did I do? I selected the outer of the bullet, and then removed that from the world, and then added like a soft light or something, or maybe a hard light or some shit like that. And then after that, I just sort of tried to add some definition. So all of like the lighting, I added that myself.
Yeah, like these brush. It's a brush, soft brush.
Yeah.
So I like this. This is like radiance of the blue, because then it reiterates. It's like a reflective surface.
Yeah. Because I think as I've gotten older, one thing I've realized is that the way that I've improved as a designer isn't in like flashy shit. It's in like understanding the way that light refractions work and like shadows and stuff like that, which is very simple, but also like it helps designs have some sort of place rather than just looking like shit thrown on a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I saw that, and then I like, this made me think of light and shadow moving forward, because I was just going to do probably more collage type stuff. Let me move on to the next one. So then I was thinking I'm going to go super minimalist with this one, just to break. I had to break the maybe expectation that I would be doing the same kinds of thing. Let's open it up. Just before we get into that, Sarah's saying, I'm so different from the version of me I was in my 20s that I love her. Like she's a struggling little sister I'd worry about if I didn't know how things turned out. Yeah, it's almost like a version of your inner child.
Sarah's got a way with words. Are you a writer, Sarah?
That's a good question.
There's a real sort of creative writing vibe.
Yeah. Always something insightful. So this was for the word irrational.
Yeah.
It's a shoe. I didn't know where I was going to start with this. Irrational. So originally, my thought was, here it says send them flowers in the corner. originally I wanted to have like a shoe, like sort of like this, but I wanted him to be with heels stepping on somebody
Yeah.
or like a protester holding a flower. Try to use a flower to like stop the shoe. But I couldn't quite find the right assets to do that. And so I just sort of changed direction on the fly and just put a baby, given the current world we live in. Then I didn't know what to do from that. It seemed kind of bare, so I just added a flag. And then on this other, on one of the other shoe, I wanted to put the Israeli flag, but I thought I would just get banned or something. So I just put 2 American flags. And
I mean, you're more likely to get banned for this at this point.
No, this is just status quo. But
there
is a baby.
The status quo.
Yeah. In the West, anyways.
Okay.
Send them flowers. So, like, my original thought, I don't know if you've seen the box cover for, there was like a war movie that's just white, and then it has some like some graphic.
Full Metal Jacket.
Maybe that's what it is. Let me see. Let's see.
It's just a helmet, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, something like this. So I was kind of thinking, let me share it here. Share screen. Yeah, that kind of thing. Something like that.
Yeah.
Go back.
This was specifically a Kubrickian kind of thing to do, was to just have the object hover in a white space, a negative space.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's pretty provocative, isn't it? It's treading on babies.
It's just, there's not much to say about it. It just says what it's saying.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. Yeah. Forgive and forget.
Yeah. So
So you tell me what the send them flowers part represents within the context of this.
Well, it means, it's kind of open for interpretation, but I both mean that like forgive and forget is the authority telling you to forgive and forget as they're killing you. So send them flowers, but also it is to say, because my original concept was the protester holding a flower,
right?
Send them flowers. Also to say, as the oppressed, send the oppressors flowers. Forgive and forget.
Right.
You know?
Because I read it as they were doing atrocious things, but they thought they could just send them flowers to sort of get them off their back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did, that is part of the consideration. I like things that can kind of go in
like a CEO, like fucking killed 3 kids, but he got his like secretary to send the families flowers because just to make it look like he gives a shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. What's the Instagram that yours is on? Laozi TV?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. All right, this one is super cool.
Yeah, this is another one that started off like fucking completely. I mean, you were there. It was just a bunch of like nightmarish fucking cutouts of JD Vance and Sam Altman over a snake, and it gradually transformed into this.
Yeah, because I was watching the start of that stream.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to work. So to see how it ended up like this was quite something. Like, what you did with the snake was so, like, I don't know how you fit it into this to make it all harmonize is really impressive to me.
I mean, honestly, it sort of happened accidentally as I was feeling my way through it, to be honest. as you start to like match colors and like even out the levels and stuff like that, it starts to become part of the scene rather than just bits like thrown in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That always feels good when you, because it's sort of for me when I'm concepting something, I don't know how it's going to look. It's sort of like I'm fucking my way through it. And I kind of hate it, but we'll see where it goes. You kind of resign on the idea. We're just going to commit to this and see.
Yeah.
And then to see it look organic and fit is liberating in a way and like reassuring. Let's check this before we'll go back to that. But here's a little clip. This is a cool thing you've done here to show your process.
Yeah, so it started, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" I was literally just throwing anything at the wall, thinking to myself, "Well, I'll just fucking feel my way through this shit." And then I found that sign. I was thinking, "Okay, that sign's interesting." And then I thought, "Well, what if the sign's in the jungle?" And then I was thinking about the song "No Church in the Wild." Do you remember that song? Yeah. What's a king to a non-believer? And I was just thinking, well, you know, what if Wall Street just fucking got jungleized? What if we sent Wall Street to fucking Amazonia?
Yeah.
Where it belongs, you know?
Like to see where that started and ended up is so cool. The shading on everything.
Yeah.
What you did with the snake, where you cut the snake to make him longer, like those little things as a designer, right? Those things are key decisions on how you can amplify the meaning of something.
Yeah. Because it does ultimately need to make visual sense in some way, you know? And part of me was like, how the fuck do I wrap this snake around this post? Because there's so many like divots and like bits that prod out and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like really struggling to find a way to make it work.
Did you add this? Is this a lens blur here?
Yeah, I did. I'm actually kind of like, I like it, but I wish I'd done it overall, the entire thing, and not just the background, because it gives it a weird sort of offness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it kind of works because if you did it across, I don't know, if you did it across the whole thing, you would lose like the focal point a little bit because these details are really sharp and I think add to the threat. And if you didn't do it in the background, these details here would get lost because I know like there's going to be a lot of texture there. And then when you have it here, you're like allowing people to see that it is indeed the jungle. I think it's smart.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I was trying to make the focal point in the sign. I was trying to draw the eye to the sign, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the zoom.
Yeah.
So if
it's
it
a
works,
banger.
that's good. Thank you.
That's a banger. I don't know. I really like that. Then I realized this motherfucker's up in his shit. So I knew once you get into like a flow state kind of thing, I'm in trouble. Not that it's like a competition.
I was gonna say this isn't a competition, is it?
No, but to me, I'm just competitive in most ways, and so I like when someone is doing better than me, because then it allows you to keep pace. If I'm left to my own, you know, I don't do the best that way.
I mean, neither do I, to be fair. Like, I think sometimes I need to like sit down and say to myself, like, you know, do something, like, do something good. You know what I mean? Like, don't just fuck around. Like the way that I fuck around when I start this stuff, like when I start with my shitty designs that I do, and I'm like working my way through it, I'm thinking to myself, no, make it better, no, make it better, no, make it better, until I land on something that's actually decent. So it
Yeah.
starts off shit most of the time, as
Well,
you will
then
have seen.
in that case, like this kind of served us both in that way
Mm,
to give us some sort of boundary
yeah.
in its boundlessness. Sarah's saying, I guess I'm a writer, but I don't have writing goals. I just love language and I live a lot in my head, in the ether, and those things seem to go together pretty well.
The ether. I like that.
Yeah.
You should watch my All About Lily Shoo Shoo video, Sarah. That's about a movie that taps into the ether.
I think Sarah said she followed you on YouTube recently. But yeah, that's a great video. Your content, I'm like a evangelist for your content. It's so good.
Well, thanks. I'm glad someone is.
I'll do it for you, okay?
I mean, your debt forever. Yeah.
Overture. All right. Let's we moved on to overture as the word.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So what I was thinking with this graphic, all I knew is I wanted to have a stage. I originally wanted to have like a zombie hand coming out from shadows. So this screen wasn't here in the first place.
Right.
So this stage, like I couldn't find a good stage picture, so I just took the wood planks, kind of shaped it, and took the curtains and shaped it. But it's all low resolution Google thumbnails, so I just blurred them to take away the pixelation.
I mean, the perspective on it is good. It leads in the correct way, didn't it?
Yeah. So I think once you get that, it was okay. But it still looked kind of clip art, like clippy. So then when I found this background, this like please stand by thing, and landed on doing that, I started thinking of those point and click Windows 95 games where it'd be like FMVs where that would freeze. And so I thought I would build something like that. Okay. So the clip art thing kind of fit that to some degree. Where like the lighting doesn't quite make sense in some things. And it was okay because I couldn't find a bomb that would have been this right perspective anyways. Yeah. So to have it flat on kind of served what I was feeling in that moment.
So visually, is the bomb meant to be separate from the stage? Like it's like a part of, it's a graphic that's put over the top rather than a part of the scene. Is that what it is?
I mean, it's supposed to be on the stage, but not quite part of the same environment. Like if you took a sprite, like and placed it over something,
right?
You know, like Final Fantasy VII maps, you know, and the guy's walking over it, kind of thing.
So it's a gigantic bomb on a small stage. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bomb that's getting married.
That's right. Yeah. We're married. We're married to war.
We're married to war. Yeah. And
so the word overture, because like the multiple meanings of that, the one that is most key to me is like in the romantic sense.
Yeah.
The relationship.
I mean, overture is just a fucking fantastic word. There's so many permeations that you can take from overture. Because it is essentially the encapsulation of a thing or of everything. Like, it is the shadow that looms over a thing, or it is the light that illuminates a thing. So it's like just an incredible word. I love overture. It's just a great word.
Overture. Yeah. So that's that one. Do you have any questions or anything about that one?
Is the please stand by meant to be like we're all just waiting for the next war to happen? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it's basically just a disgusting sort of circus that we all tune into.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we're beholden to.
We're beholden to it. I had a little fuck of a time trying to get that lighting off the stage right.
I think it looks good.
Reflection.
So what did you do?
Let me bring us back here. I just copied the layer, like did a vertical kind of inversion and stretched it out.
Right.
Blurred it. I like warped it a little bit. And then I think I did it maybe like I don't remember what opacity mode I did, but then I just soft brushed it out in a way that I thought it would dither. Yeah, that's about it.
I think it looks good.
Thanks. All right, let's get on to yours because yours is really interesting. How do I get back here? Leozy TTV. Sarah's saying, I did follow you. I'll check out that video.
Well, I'm not saying that for self-promotion, by the way. I think you might find it interesting if you consider the ether and being a part of it. That's what that movie sort of taps into. It's a great movie.
So we were talking about Frutiger Arrow in Metro earlier. You went full Frutiger Arrow here.
Big time. Yeah.
This
I just felt it. Overture just felt to me like Frutiger Arrow. You know what I mean?
It's so good. This would have been an ad in a magazine in like 1999 or 2000.
Advertising what? Water.
Anything. Like it didn't matter at the time, right?
Yeah, true. That's kind of the beauty of Frutiger Arrow, is that it was just a vibe, you know, just a feeling. Positivity and optimism.
I love how like difficult it is to read this font because it's not about the legibility. Yeah. It's about that it's there in the first place.
I said this literally on the stream. I said, you literally can't fucking read this. And I was like, do I change this to something you can read? And then the more that I like played with it, I just thought to myself, nah, fuck it. try and work it out if you want, or don't. Like, just, you know, it exists. It's just there.
You did such a good job at capturing, like, I think technology, both technology and water, because this looks both metallic and like liquid at the same time.
I was going for a bit of a T1000 kind of vibe.
Oh yeah,
liquid.
You got the T1000 here. Banger lens flare.
Yeah, that's a brush. Yeah,
that's a brush.
Yeah, lens flare brush.
Damn, that's a good. So is this sun here, or is that part of the brush?
So that sun is actually part of the background. But I thought to myself, well, there needs to be some sort of refraction off of this orb to make it look more sort of part of the scene. So I added a lens flare off the top. I was trying to actually work out how lens flares work, because I never actually knew like where the halo was meant to go in terms of positioning from the sun. And really? I realized, yeah, it was never something that I'd considered. I know that when I was younger, I just used to add lens flares for the fuck of it, like just to make it just seem like it was kind of more dynamic. But I decided yesterday, well, I should probably actually know where these fuckers go. So then I realized that the halo is closest to the sun.
Yeah.
So that's how I positioned it after some research. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Thanks, this city here.
Yeah. That's I was trying to fucking work my way through what the fuck that was called, because it's I always associate it with the Kendrick Lamar Humble music video.
Oh, yeah.
It's the fucking GoPro 360 effect or whatever it is, but I couldn't work out what it was. And then I realized, oh right, that's what it was. And I thought, well, I need to put some sort of technology or architecture within a fucking bubble, because that's Frutiger Aero. You have to put something in a fucking bubble or a glass orb or something, you know? So I thought, yeah, I'll put a city inside a bubble. And that's what I did.
Sarah says, I'm gotta go be a professional person now. Thanks for hanging out and have an excellent day, guys. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Sarah.
Yeah, have a good
Good
day,
luck
Sarah.
out in them streets, the jungle. You say, I'm not saying you work on the streets. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have a good day.
She might do. I mean, there's jobs you can
I
do
got
on
no
a street.
judgment.
There's honest jobs you can do on a street.
We got to do what we got to do. Yeah. So this is cool. What did you do to give this like glass 3D effect here?
That was just constantly layering things. So this is just a bunch of circle shapes on top of each other. And then me adding some brushes, some soft brush, and stretching it out, smudging it and stuff.
Yeah,
to give it more glaze. The thing that bothered me was the fucking hill at the bottom. Because I halfway through making this, I remembered what puppet warping was, where you can add like the little dots to like fucking make it like jerry rig it basically. And I did that for the water, but for the hill, I just added like this spherized kind of filter to it, and it, I mean, it looks fine. It actually looks better than I thought it would.
Is it a spherized thing sort of like is almost like a motion blur? Like
yeah, it just sort of pushes it out like into like a circular motion, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what I probably would have done if I had another go was make it a puppet warp instead, because it looked so good on the water.
I mean, I think it really works here, I think, because it looks like the orb is pushing it out. Like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the actual like fidelity of the image was retained in the spherizing, which is what made me sort of think, well, actually it's all right. Because if it looked like one of those things where it just gets really smudgy and shitty when you distort it, then it would be different, I think.
Yeah, like the peaks on the hills on the sides, it looks really natural, like organic.
Yeah.
It looks like those would be natural hills.
Yeah.
I'm peaks.
Pretty happy with it, generally speaking. Yeah.
Overture. So,
which obviously, as we spoke about earlier, is like the combination of tech and nature. So the overture is the Frutiger Aero, combining those things.
Here we go. You had a smiley face at first.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, metallic smiley face, but as you'll find, I didn't.
Was the water going to be hair at first?
It wasn't. So I've got my reference image there for my little orb.
Oh, hang.
I just spent ages doing this.
Damn, you got down into the streets.
I really did, yeah. And then I was playing with this smiley face for ages, thinking, how the fuck do I make it work?
You went through so many layers here.
I did, yeah. I thought about adding some clouds, but it didn't work. Then this was with the text. It used to be big, but I made it smaller. And then I added a motion blur to it, and that's where we got to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, now we're on Popsicle.
Yeah, I'm yet to do this.
Here's what I came up with.
All right.
Popsicle.
That is very rich. I like how rich this image is.
Yeah, I was thinking like magazine ad kind of thing.
Yeah.
2018.
What's like, it would help me understand better what parts of this are like separate bits.
I'm gonna post videos of everything I've done in the same way that you have. I'm gonna steal that idea. I think it's cool. So the background is one.
Right.
The hand is one.
Okay.
the stick. I made the stick from like a shape and a texture.
Okay.
It's like a wood texture and like a rounded rectangle. I made the shape of the popsicle.
Nice.
This texture here
Yeah.
was like from an actual popsicle, like the highlights,
Right. Yeah.
and I just overlaid that. This is like a blood piece
Uh-huh.
thing, and then obviously the people is from a Times magazine kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, it comes together really well. And I didn't realize that so much of it was handmade.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I saw what you were doing, and I was like, I'm gonna try that shit. Let's see what because like I've just gotten lazy from not having a reason to do that because I was like, I'll just find an image. I'm just trying to because it's never the graphics that I'm doing for the sake of the graphics. Like it's very rare that I do that. Usually it's to attach to an album or something or like a song release or a post.
Yeah.
But just to do it for the sake of trying to communicate something, for actually doing it is like I wanted to, I don't know, do something that because in doing that, you can really fine tune everything to work better together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You're in way more control of the elements when you make them yourself, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had a hard time making this look like a popsicle. Like I'm not happy with how straight the edges are. But I had already spent like an hour, 2 hours fucking with it.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was good enough. But to try and make it like semi-transparent in the right places with the light.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out the color. And I don't know. That I spent the most time with this ice cream part, adding like the shadows to try and give it some volume in places. And then I had a hard time with what to do with text. I wanted to add text.
Yeah.
And at first I had popsicle just be big and all kind of different font ideas, but it was competing too much with like this. And I didn't want it to be about the word. I wanted it to be about the popsicle.
Yeah. I mean, when you put so much work into the popsicle, you want people to
fuck
to
the
look
text.
at it, right?
I don't give a fuck about the text anymore. Yeah.
No, I think this is the best one you've done so far. This, yeah, because I do really feel like it's the marriage of everything. Like everything feels like it has a place, and it looks like part of the scene in such a convincing way. Considering that you've made a lot of this stuff from just elements, like it comes together just like really well.
Well, I think doing this challenge with you and like I need that competition to be like, okay, I can go in this direction, that direction. For the other ones, I didn't have any idea what I was going to do. I had no idea for a concept. And I would just be fucking around. But I almost immediately had an idea as soon as I started building like I built the popsicle stick first. Was the first thing I did. And I initially wanted to have like a severed head of some CEO or something, but that would not go over well. So,
did you ever think about making the head a popsicle?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But like ice, like a head made of ice.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you're trying to do, or what to do?
I was thinking that, but then it was like that might be an issue. I might get reported or something. But then I thought of like the dichotomy of having tragedy and like a paradise. And then what it is also saying everything's better with a popsicle is like placating and satiating you while this terrible tragedy is happening, while also saying that your joys and your freedoms are at the cost of these lives. Like there's just a lot more meaning that I vibed with.
And it sort of connects to the last thing you did because you're literally consuming the tragedy. So once again, you're beholden to the shit that's happening.
Yeah. So, like, I think just getting in the practice of working within like a design space has been helpful in me seeing the world in these different ways and seeing how
Yeah.
you've been doing things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to have friendly competition as well, because it's like a North Star in it, to be able to look at the other person's thing and be like, okay, I see what they've done here, and I'm going to think about how I'm going to do the thing that I want to do now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I forget, like I said, I've gotten so lazy with, let me take this off here. I've gotten so lazy with graphics that I almost forgot half the tools that Photoshop has to offer.
Yeah, same. I've spent half the fucking week like rediscovering the bits that I'd forgot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the puppet warp yesterday, I was like, and the fact that they took out fucking 3D extrusion, which I'm still pissed about.
That's some
Like
bullshit.
I didn't know these things had gone or had been in there or whatever for a long time, because I never used them. Like I just try and do the bare minimum whenever I open Photoshop within reason, and then get the fuck out again. Like when you lose that sort of enthusiasm for that, you do just want to get in and out. You don't want to linger and explore and try things out. You just want to get the fucking job done, then do something else.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's been nice to have that back, you know, because I haven't had that for years, probably since like 2010s, maybe in 2000s, to be able to just sit down and be like, fuck it, let's let the mind wander. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've been getting excited watching everything you post, because I know how good you are with your graphs. And then once, like, it's not even just your technical ability, you know how to execute it, but it's the vision that you have. When you start exploring and doing whatever the fuck you want, your stuff is it can be provocative, but it's always saying something like concise. So I get excited because that inspires me. So it's a good thing.
Well, thank you. I mean, genuinely, it's good to hear that. Like it fills me with, you know, enthusiasm for doing it even more, because, you know, it's nice to know that it's appreciated.
Yeah. Well, like, you were pushing all my graphics, you know, like you would do something, then I would kind of try it, basically, to see if I could do that too, kind of thing.
You can, yeah. I mean, clearly you can. It's just a matter of just keeping pushing forward, isn't it? Yeah. Just trying these things out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be excited to see your popsicle.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, I genuinely, I genuinely don't have anything in mind for what I'm going to do, to be honest. Because it's a specific one. That's the thing. Like those other words that we've had have been so sort of abstract.
Yeah.
But this is just a popsicle. So it's how you interpret that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes it so much better, is when you don't know, because your process is really interesting to me. Like, I don't know, those videos you posted were really helpful. Like I was saying in my stream last night, like, if you want to learn how to use Photoshop to be a designer, like, just watch your streams, like watch you do that, because that's what I did. It's basically see something you did and then try to replicate it, get into the tools. And not like, I don't use the same methods all the time, because back when I was learning it, we didn't have live streaming. So I just see your graphic and then have to dig through the tools to find out what
reverse engineer it.
Yeah. And it wasn't always exactly the same, but even still, I see you do something and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way, and it's better than how I do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I learn it as well. Yeah. It's just by seeing someone do a thing and then just been thinking to myself, well, how the fuck did they do that? Like, and then just open up Photoshop and fuck around for like 2 hours, probably getting to do a thing that they did in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I remember back in the day.
That is the point, right?
Back in the day, the big tutorials, like, to dive in, was like, how do you make that bling font with diamonds? You know?
Yes.
You get a little taste of everything. You get like some highlights, You get some
Yeah.
3D,
Yeah.
some color manipulation.
Yeah. And this was before you could just get a plugin that pissed it out for you. So it's like,
Yeah.
there is,
Hard
Photoshop
way,
can do
baby.
some insane things, man. It can do some insane things.
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, to what you got coming up. But I already have next week's idea in mind. Okay. This one's going to be a little bit more funneled. I was thinking of what if we do, because initially I was like, what if we do album covers for artists?
Mm.
And then we're like, let's be a little bit more open. For this one, what if we do professional wrestlers as album covers?
I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I think so. I've got I have a couple. Yeah, okay. So that can be, because that's interesting to me. Like, that's, I don't know. It's not just
So wait, so are we given an album and a wrestler, or is it we just pick an album at random and be like, well, this is that wrestler's album?
That's a different dimension. I wasn't thinking of. I was thinking of like, we'll just have lists of wrestlers,
Right.
and then you just make an album cover. Like, how would you present them as an album cover? Like, their album could be the name of them or something. But that's another idea too. If you want to pair things, that's some shit.
I mean,
Crossover.
in the spirit of randomization, once again, you could always randomize the wrestler that it gives you and randomize a genre of like music so that you pair those two up. So you end up getting like Stone Cold and jazz or something like that.
That's a cool idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But it depends how many genres you want to stick in there, you know what I mean? Because it could go anywhere.
I think we'll have to keep, because there's a lot of subgenres that get really granular. So we'll just stick to like the main ones.
Yeah. Or just do whatever you feel. Like maybe you look at a certain restaurant, you think, you know, fucking 90s
Griselda.
electro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you look at like Santino Moreo and you think, yeah, Griselda.
Santino. Yeah.
When I look at Gold Dust, I see fucking Garth Brooks. Yeah.
I can see the similarities, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, so that will be next week.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
I've still got to do Popsicle. And then there's one more after Popsicle, right?
Yeah. What's the last one?
Lemon.
Lemon. I have no idea what to do for lemon.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to lemon. I think that could be interesting. I might play it very straight just because I just like lemons. And I like the color yellow.
With a lemon head.
Exactly. Yeah. Lemon pie is what I'm going to post. Yeah.
All right. Well, do we have anything we want to say to wrap this one up?
Don't know. I mean, I feel like this has just been 2 hours of us stroking our own dicks, but I mean,
hell yeah,
I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I genuinely wonder who's going to find this compelling. I mean, I hope someone does.
Oops, I didn't mean to mute myself here. Well, I just wanted to have something because I'm posting these on YouTube, and I'm going to do like some sort of like a compilation, I think. But I wanted to add context to it.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm just posting images.
Yeah.
So to add a little bit of context.
I mean, in that sense, as a whole, I think this is all very interesting and thematically on point for once, which is unusual for us. But like, do our audience enjoy the graphic design?
Here's where we differentiate, because I'll say, fuck the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, it's like, I don't know. So the graphics are cool, but I think it's less about the graphics and more about the thought process.
Yeah.
behind it.
Mm.
Yeah.
The artistic process.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Which is why those like snapshots that I've been posting are as like fun to me as the actual posting of the graphic. Like because I've never actually shared like myself making graphics before. I mean, I've been doing this for fucking forever, since the dawn of time.
yeah.
But I've never like just sat down and been like, well, here's how I do this. Because for some reason I always felt sort of like precious about it. I felt like people would be like, this guy's fucking shit at this. Like he's making these I thought like he'd be better at this. Like I thought he'd have more to do, like when he sat in front of this shit. Like I always thought
I don't want to fuck up the count.
I always thought people would look at the way that I do things and be like, there's nothing special there. It's actually kind of shit. Like I do things better than this. So I was quite sort of, I don't know, self-conscious about it. But I think now I don't give a fuck. So I'm happy to.
Now we're cooking with gas. Exactly. Have you been posting to TikTok? I'm curious how they'll do on TikTok.
I have, yeah. I mean, I could actually tell you right now how they've been doing. Because it's different. I've been doing it on the Leozy channels where I've been trying to just post like those nostalgia things that I've been doing.
Yeah.
But hang on a second. Let's have a look.
Because if you keep posting there, like you will, the algorithm, I know it takes a few posts and consistency for the algorithm to do anything, but that kind of content, like it's interesting. It's something that you might want to sit through to see the result.
Because the first one I posted reached like 700 people. But then the Frutiger Aero thing I posted yesterday, which I thought would actually do better, has only got like 200 views. So I don't know. It's weird. Like I actually genuinely thought that one that I posted yesterday would be like leaps and bounds more interesting to people. But it was the first one I posted.
I think the TikTok audience is a little bit more basic. And like aesthetically.
Because even the thumbnail on the one that I posted yesterday is way more interesting, at least to me, than the one before. Because the one before was just text. It was just text that says like random word challenge this, and that was it.
I mean, that's what you need though. Like text. So when TikTok is ranking things, it counts if there's text on like the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And if it's easy to understand.
There was on the one yesterday. There was on the one yesterday, but I also used part of like the Overture font, which is not very easy to discern. Yeah,
no, that's what the fuck. Yeah, they don't know where to put you.
That may have been because I didn't use TikTok Sans. They penalized me. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Is that a font?
It is. Yeah, yeah. That's the one you see on all of those things where it's like POV. My mum shit herself or whatever. Like,
do we need a TikTok Sans font? Like it basically looks like 30 other fonts. What's the point?
It's very generic looking font, yeah. Slightly rounded, like version of Arial, if anything. You know what I mean? But that's where we're at.
You mean the Arial rounded? Like, why don't they just
just use that? Jesus Christ.
It's a licensing or something.
I mean, I will say I noticed the difference between all of these fonts. Like Golus is one that I enjoy using, slightly rounded off. Inter has sort of supplied Helvetica as the go-to for like classy looking sans serifs. Yeah, there's quite a few. TikTok Sans doesn't need to exist, but it does. So that's where we're at.
I've been fucking with Man Rope lately.
Man Rope.
You know,
I think I've used that before. Wait a second. It's got such a funny name. Man Rope.
It sounds like a sex, some sort of
sex. Man Rope. I think I've used this before, yeah. Because it's got a nice roundness to it, which I appreciate. I like a sans serif that's got a roundness to it.
It's kind of basic, right? But that's kind of thing you need every now and then.
It's like halfway between like Rubik and like Century. Is it Century? I'm gonna say it's Century font.
Like all caps in this is beautiful.
Not Century. Century Gothic. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. There's like a nice sort of roundness, cleanness to the roundness of it.
Yeah. Clean and round.
What's that shit look like on black? Extra bold and black.
How do we do that? Type test.
Don't you just scroll down, right?
Oh, does it have that there?
It should do. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
extra bold. There you go.
I like all caps. So caps is a banger. Gang ship.
Shit. Yeah, that looks good. Extra
Mm.
bold. That's some shit that's fit to print.
Fit to print. I like how you can weave in graphics design and shit through hip hop. That's why we get it.
The only two languages I know. So it makes sense.
All right, Leozy. It's time to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks to everybody who tuned in to listen to Mutual Masturbation. Thank you for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we'll be back same time next week, barring any sort of extreme tragedy that causes us to prematurely ascend.
Yeah, leave this earth. Yeah. Face our own overture.
Face our own overture. God damn. That's the way. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye-bye-bye.